My brothers and sisters, the words that Jesus Christ is giving us today are quite relevant in the situation that we are facing. For he says, "Let not your hearts be troubled." In a way, he says, we must not let our hearts be troubled. And as he says and utters these words, he is reminding us of his love and care. Because he sees that it is quite important that we do away with anything that seeks to trouble us. He offers assurance and consolation to his disciples with these words. And he's offering assurance to his disciples so that they may remain strong and hopeful. And this is what we need in these troubling times, to remain strong and hopeful. Yes, we know that we cannot avoid feeling that sense of worry or being troubled by what is happening around us. But let us pay attention to what Jesus Christ is saying, because these words are quite relevant to our situation. These words are quite relevant in what we are going through, the uncertainties that we are facing. We are troubled by so many things around us. We are troubled by this pandemic that is going on. We are troubled by the fear of losing our jobs. We are troubled because the future now seems not so certain. We ask ourselves, what is going to be of us tomorrow? But Jesus Christ is giving us this great assurance. Do not let your hearts be troubled. And in a way, he is inviting us at this point in time to look at what is troubling us. Wherever we are, what is troubling you? Pay attention to what Jesus is saying. As Jesus is saying this, he highlights the crisis that is to come. He already sees the confusion that his disciples will be subjected to because of his death. He knows that his death was going to bring a lot of uncertainty. That is why he's saying, do not let your hearts be troubled. In a way, come what may come struggles, come challenges, do not let your hearts be troubled. And what a consoling message you are receiving as we face this pandemic, that we too, as we take the words of Jesus to heart, that we must not be troubled by what we see happening around us. But we must remember that we are the people of hope, and hope must remind us that all is well, and hope must help us to remain strong. This message gives us a kind of assurance, and it also gives Jesus an opportunity to enlighten his disciples about his relationship with the Father. You know, each and every crisis, when it comes, it presents an opportunity. That as we are facing this pandemic, as we become so worried and scared, is also creating. That at the end of this, what we are being subjected to, what we are going through, must never be in vain. Now, if we do not pay careful attention to what is happening, if we are not drawing lessons, we will find ourselves not living our lives to the fullest. Jesus is trying to help his disciples that no matter what happens, they should remain focused and never lose sight of the many lessons he taught them. In this time, as we are facing this pandemic, we must never lose sight of the great lessons that we have received from Jesus Christ. If we feel so distant to one another, we must never lose sight of what is important. We must never lose sight of the great opportunities that were created in our lives. This becomes for us a time of regrouping, a time of intense reflection and seeing what is God doing in our life. But though we may feel a bit troubled, but remember what Jesus Christ is saying, because at the end we shall become victorious. He is calling us in a special way to see the bigger picture. We must not become limited inside by what we see happening around ourselves. That even when we are called to observe the social distance, even if we are called to be at home and to restrict our movements, let us not be aggrieved, but let us learn to see the bigger picture and realize what is to come out of this. In a similar way, Jesus Christ is saying to his disciples, do not be aggrieved. See the bigger picture. When the death comes, see the bigger picture. And now, post his death, we see the bigger picture. We see that we were indeed redeemed, that Jesus Christ is truly Lord and Lord of all. Jesus is offering these words of encouragement that when it's time to depart from his disciples, they must not be aggrieved, but they must look at the great things that are to come. I am going to prepare a place for you, which means that if he does not go, there's something that will not happen. But it was necessary for him to go, that he can prepare a place for us. The struggles, the crisis that we are facing must also help us to prepare for greater things that are to come. We must learn not to be easily swayed away by whatever unfavorable situation that comes our way. Remember that life is a journey, and a journey full of surprises. Whatever that we discover in this journey, let us be mindful of the presence of Jesus Christ. He is with us. He will always be with us to lead the way. We need to be patient enough, especially when we have to confront all the obstacles that makes our movement difficult. There is something great that is to come. What Jesus Christ is saying to us, do not let your hearts be troubled. He says, learn to persevere. This is what we need in these trying times, to learn to persevere and to be mindful that we shall indeed overcome. And in order to persevere, we have to gaze and to look at Jesus Christ, for he is the way, the truth, and the life. With Jesus on our side, we are certain that we shall overcome. And we shall reach our destination. Jesus is very much aware of our troubles. He is very much aware of what is causing us to worry so much. But he doesn't want us to suffer. He wants us to live our lives to the fullest. He wants us to see the bigger picture in what is happening around us. Let us hold on to Jesus, who is the stone that was rejected, but has become the cornerstone. Like him, it may not be easy now, but we know that victory is assured. And let the Holy Spirit continue to guide and inspire us to be faithful and not to lose our way. To our mothers in this time, we want to salute you and we want to wish you well as we say to you, wherever you are, happy mothers.